What keeps a human being alive when everything has been taken away? When comfort disappears, when freedom disappears, when hope itself begins to fade? Can meaning alone be strong enough to carry a person through unimaginable suffering? Most people spend their lives searching for happiness, but Viktor Frankl discovered something far deeper. He discovered that happiness is not what sustains human beings, meaning is. Welcome to Book Essence, where we unlock the essence of every book so you get the wisdom without spending weeks reading. Today we are breaking down one of the most profound, life-changing, and psychologically powerful books ever written, Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. Frankl was not writing theory from comfort. He survived Nazi concentration camps. He lost his family. He witnessed unimaginable cruelty, pain, starvation, and death. And from that darkness, he uncovered one of the most important truths about human existence. The people who survive suffering are often the people who still have a reason to live. This is not just a book about suffering. It is a book about how to remain human when life becomes unbearable. Let us unlock it. Frankl describes life inside the concentration camps with brutal honesty. The prisoners lost almost everything: their homes, their families, their identities, their freedom, their dignity. Every day became a fight for survival. Starvation, fear, violence, humiliation, and uncertainty surrounded them constantly. And yet, Frankl noticed something extraordinary. Not everyone collapsed psychologically in the same way. Some prisoners lost hope quickly. Others somehow maintained inner strength even in unimaginable suffering. Why? Frankl realized that human beings can endure enormous pain if they believe their suffering has meaning. Those who still felt connected to a future purpose, a loved one, unfinished work, a responsibility, a reason to continue, were often able to survive longer psychologically. This became the foundation of Frankl's philosophy. The last true freedom any human being possesses is the ability to choose their attitude in any circumstance. Even when everything external is taken away, your internal response still belongs to you. This idea is unbelievably powerful because life will eventually bring suffering to everyone: loss, failure, illness, pain, disappointment. And in those moments, your mindset becomes your final territory of freedom. Frankl begins with a simple yet profound insight. Most people run away from suffering, but Frankl discovers that life itself has a meaning to uncover. Frankl believed that the deepest human motivation is not pleasure, not power, not success, meaning. Most modern life teaches people to chase comfort and happiness endlessly, but Frankl argues that happiness cannot be pursued directly. It appears naturally when life feels meaningful. This changes the entire way we think about fulfillment, because many people who appear successful externally still feel empty internally. Why? Because achievement without meaning cannot satisfy the human soul for long. Frankl explains that meaning can come from three places. First, through meaningful work or creation. Second, through love and relationships. And third, through the attitude we choose toward unavoidable suffering. This final idea is perhaps the hardest to accept. Some pain in life cannot be avoided, but suffering without meaning destroys people. Suffering with meaning can transform people. One of the most powerful lessons in the book is that circumstances do not fully determine who you become. Your response does. Frankl observed prisoners who shared their last piece of bread with others, people who remained compassionate even while starving, people who refused to let cruelty destroy their humanity completely. This amazed him because it proved something extraordinary. Human beings are not merely products of conditions. Even in extreme suffering, people still possess the ability to make inner decisions. Most people spend their lives blaming circumstances for everything: their childhood, their environment, their failures, their fears. And while circumstances absolutely matter, Frankl reminds us that your response still matters too. You may not control what happens to you, but you always influence who you become because of it. Frankl believed that modern society creates a dangerous psychological emptiness. People lose connection to meaning, and when meaning disappears, people try to fill the void with distractions, entertainment, pleasure, money, status, constant stimulation. But distractions cannot replace purpose. This creates what Frankl calls the existential vacuum, a feeling of inner emptiness, directionlessness, and numbness. Many people today experience this without fully understanding why. They are busy but not fulfilled, connected but lonely, entertained but internally lost. Frankl says the solution is not endless pleasure, it is responsibility. Meaning often appears when you dedicate yourself to something greater than comfort. Frankl never glorifies suffering. He does not say pain is good, but he says suffering becomes destructive only when it feels meaningless. When pain serves no purpose, people collapse emotionally, but when suffering becomes connected to growth, love, sacrifice, or purpose, people become capable of extraordinary resilience. This is why some people emerge from tragedy stronger, wiser, and more compassionate, not because suffering automatically improves people, but because they chose meaning inside the suffering. Frankl believed that life constantly asks us questions, and our actions become the answers. Most people spend their lives asking, "What do I want from life?" Frankl says the better question is, "What does life require from me right now?" This shifts your entire perspective, because meaning often appears through responsibility, through service, through courage, through choosing integrity even when life becomes difficult. The meaning of your life is not something handed to you, it is something you build through your decisions, your sacrifices, and your response to suffering. Let us bring together the greatest lessons from man's search for meaning. 1. Everything external can be taken away, but your inner response still belongs to you. 2. Human beings are driven most deeply not by pleasure, but by meaning. 3. Meaning can be found through work, love, and the attitude we choose towards suffering. 4. Circumstances influence you, but they do not fully define you. 5. Modern emptiness often comes from losing connection to purpose. And 6. Life becomes meaningful when you take responsibility for how you respond to it. Viktor Frankl survived one of the darkest periods in human history, and from that darkness, he discovered a truth that still transforms millions of lives today. Those who have a reason to live can endure almost any hardship. That's the essence of man's search for meaning, and that's what we do here at Book Essence. We take the world's most powerful books and unlock their wisdom, so you can grow wiser, stronger, and more deeply connected to what truly matters. If this video gave you a new perspective on life, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs this message right now. Every week on Book Essence, a new book, a new lesson, a new chance to grow. Until next time, keep reading, keep growing, and keep unlocking your essence. See you in the next one.